Welcome back to the game discussions here in the Game of the Year week. I'm joined by Eric and Robert.
Hi.
Guys, what's the biggest surprise this year for you?
You kick off.
Yeah, I've got a trio of games. PS4 games. Yeah, we've seen them with the E3. These are games we waited for like 10 years, maybe more. I'm talking about Shenmue 3, The Last Guardian, and of course the remake of Final Fantasy VII. Ta-da!
And my hair's still not blonde. I know, I know,
Yeah,
I know.
well, these three games, they're just a game changer. Let's be honest. I mean, we're waiting for this such a long time, and they just announced it on E3.
Mm-hmm.
They just won the E3 by this. Yeah.
But I don't think it's a real. It's not like a game changer. I mean, like Last Guardian, it looked awful. I mean, yeah, sure, we're finally getting Last Guardian, but it doesn't look good. Okay, Final Fantasy VII looks gorgeous, even though it was CGI, of course. But, I mean, it will be a complete HD remake, so that's pretty awesome.
If Final Fantasy 15 is any indication, you know, the remake is going to look amazing.
Yeah, and Shenmue, I mean, Kickstarter, really?
Yeah, the way they brought it is not the most good way to.
It wasn't
bring
very glamorous.
No, not glamorous
It's
at
like, hey, we're going to Kickstarter this.
So give us your money,
for the game,
please.
and we can sell it.
No, not even we're going to Kickstarter this. It was like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
here's the creator, here's Suzuki. Oh, he's going to go it on Kickstarter. Hey guys, just pay for it and then we can publish it.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck? Seriously?
Pretty much.
Seriously? And of course, I know. I mean, that Sony will add millions of dollars to it anyway,
so.
but
They have to.
they have to because the Kickstarter campaign is not enough to fund
Yeah,
it.
if anything, it might go the way a lot of recent Kickstarter projects have gone, where they actually find a publisher to take care of it. Like,
Now, most of the time, it's the Kickstarter projects. Most of the time, they already have an investor, but the investor wants to have the insurance that there are enough people who are interested.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, we want you to go on Kickstarter, make sure 100,000 people, whatever, some number like that, pay for the game already. So that's an indication to us that there's an audience for it.
yeah, that was with Ukulele. Team
great
17
game.
took over, took it up for publishing, just publishing only, and no involvement with development, just the publishing.
It will be weird though to see Shenmue 3 not being published by Sega. That's a bit cringing. I don't know.
Yeah, Sega.
I wouldn't like it.
Sega
Yeah,
it's a whole different subject now.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't a good year for Sega as well. So.
No, but they did say that they were going to promise to make the next Sonic game good again.
Yeah.
Isn't that a promise you make every time you fuck up? You're like, okay, guys, really, next time we're going to make it good.
Oh, but there was one really good thing about Sega this year, though: the Sonic Twitter account. The Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account is brilliant.
Yeah, I heard about it. I read some stuff, but I forgot about it as well.
Yeah, but if they're doing social media right, that's at least one thing. Robert, how about you?
Yeah, my biggest surprise is like, normally during summer, there are like no games, and out of nowhere, bam, Rocket League.
Yes.
And of course, I know, it was PSN, PS Plus. It was free on PS Plus. Everybody was playing it, and that's what got the ball rolling.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But Rocket League, it's such a simple game, such a simple concept, but so well executed. And right now they're expanding on it. They're adding cars, they're adding modes. Now you're getting mutators, so people can make their own modes. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just a simple concept and so much fun.
You even got the DeLorean in it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a win.
That's a win, definitely. But soon you can play, when the mutators are launched, you can drive the DeLorean and make gravity zero and just make it fly.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless with Rocket League,
great.
it seems. It's funny to me because Rocket League, as it is now, is kind of a light version of the game that came before it, its predecessor, which was a full-featured, co-op game. And it's like they cut it up to make it more better for the current market, like the DLC style market, with adding maps, arenas, cars, and all that jazz.
Yeah, the previous game, it already had a big audience, and that's why they decided, okay, let's switch things up, because apparently there's some interest in it, because they created it a couple of years ago, and still people were playing it. Like, okay, I think we've got something here. If you only fine-tune it, we can make this very, very awesome.
Yeah.
And you have to bring a game to the public, and they did it with PS Plus. I mean,
PS Plus was a smart move.
if it wasn't in PS Plus, nobody would ever know about this game.
No.
So
That was a really good move. A move that was really good for me this year was from Microsoft and Xbox 360 backwards compatibility.
yay!
They finally made it happen.
Yeah.
And
I'm not that excited about that.
no, but I'm sure for
backwards compatibility with every console, I'm like, yeah, that's cool, and in the end, I'm not using it. So, why bother?
Well, it's just when you buy a new console, it's really great that you can play hundreds of games just out of the box. And of course, this came a little bit later, but it's just an added value, I guess. And
but the thing is, like,
it should be. I agree, but
before with backwards compatibility, it was just the capability that your console could do that, but it didn't deliver anything extra. Now, playing a 360 game on your Xbox One means that you can use the features of the dashboard, like screenshots, streaming, everything, with your old games without having to hook your 360 up to a capture device or whatever.
Yeah.
So they did improve on that. It's just not just backwards compatibility, it's making sure your old games can do the same thing.
Yeah, okay, and it's also downloadable games this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I agree there's added value to it, but still, I mean, in the end, you want the new games, you want the new stuff. The old stuff, and you can play it, I mean, it's nice, but you want the new stuff.
Yeah, well...
I'm guessing, and I'm hoping that they will bring, well, each game, they're not going to do that, of course, but I'm hoping that they will bring a large part of the games, and not just 10% of the titles, and only the bigger titles, like all of the Call of Duty games. I mean, we played that. We just want.
They did say that
if
the developers didn't have to do anything. It was all on their part that they had to make it compatible. I think mostly that it had to be compatible with the dashboard and the functionality with that, because having to emulate things from the 360 dashboard was difficult, and that's the biggest thing that they're working on. Developers didn't have to do anything about it themselves.
And the only thing that I hope is that they don't, let's say the BioShock series, and they only make BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite available, but not BioShock 2. They should like make sure that they offer the entire series that was released on that platform.
Yeah, all in due time, I guess. Something that really surprised me this year as well was Episodic Games that really made a big hit. Like Life is Strange was like a hidden gem out for everyone. For me, it meant that Resident Evil made a proper comeback.
Yes,
with new content rather than like the HD remasters of 1 and Resident Evil 0. Revelations 2 was a new game, new story, in a different format, and it actually got people playing and wanting for more because they actually released it every week. You could say that, criticize that, they basically cut up a game in 4 pieces.
No, that wouldn't be the first. I mean, Siren did the same thing a couple of years in the early days of the PS3. So that's to me, that's not a form of criticism. I think it's smart. It was a smart move.
I think marketing-wise, it's the smartest move you can do. I mean, normally you have like one moment in the year to release the game, and afterwards, maybe with DLC, but afterwards it's just silence. And now you have like 4 or 5. Just depending on how many episodes you have, but 4 or 5 moments that feature your game.
Yeah, people talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. And if there's a buzz going, you want to play the game. You want to catch up with the old episodes.
In a way, you're kind of extending the hype for your game too as it gets released. You can go 2 ways at it, like by cutting up your complete game, or how Don't Nod did with Life is Strange, like having several months between each game to develop it further and use the feedback you get with each episode.
Yeah, Telltale is also doing that with The Walking Dead, and that's a great series. I mean,
Tales of the Borderlands this year, Game of Thrones.
I mean, Tales of the Borderlands has been tipped by many people as a GOTY game.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played it myself, unfortunately. It's still on my pile of shame, but. Many people talk about it. The Game of Thrones one with the 6 episodes and the connection with the TV series is very awesome.
It's great.
I love the stuff that Telltale does. And Telltale, Capcom this year, Square Enix with Life is Strange. I mean, episodic gaming is becoming more and more popular and more normal. And I think that's like you say, it's a good thing, and it's a nice surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe we see it more next year.
If it's decently priced each episode, it will be cheaper than buying a full game at 60 even.
Yeah.
So cheaper, but you spend less, and you get more coming your way.
But it's also like playing a demo. You play the first episode, and if it's not really your thing, then well,
exactly.
just let the game go, you know, and you just spend it like, well, a fraction of the 60 euros. So that's, great tactic.
Pleasant surprises, some sad ones too.
No.
But, you know, that's what we always get. Let us know in the comments below what your biggest surprise was this year, and stay tuned for the next topic.